Good Wednesday afternoon to you, my friends. I am Pastor Eric, and these are your Wednesday's words. Has someone ever given you something that was passed down from generation to generation? For example, my mother gave me my great-grandmother's Bible. She received it from her mother, my grandmother, and one day I'll pass it down to one of my daughters. I've just got to figure out which one. Each of those women was an encourager for the next, and then the next, and then the next. There's a man we read about in the book of Acts named Barnabas. The name Barnabas is actually Greek for son of encourager. And that's exactly what Barnabas was, an encourager. He wasn't a flashy man and never really wanted attention drawn to himself. But he was a man who acted and lived his life as an encourager to others. He poured himself into the lives of other people. Two of those people were Paul and Mark. Paul, who we originally know as Saul, and Mark were sort of wildcats. No one really liked them, and no one really expected much from them. But Barnabas saw something in them that caught his attention. So Barnabas helped Paul and Mark become followers of Jesus. Paul and Mark both went on to do great and wonderful things as followers of Jesus and for the kingdom of God. There were times where it was Barnabas and Paul, Barnabas and Paul, Barnabas, Paul, and Mark, Barnabas and Mark, until eventually Barnabas was out of the picture. But his impact created a ripple effect. Paul would go on to pass down that same gift of encouragement to members of the early church and to young early church leaders like Timothy. Often our tendency is to criticize or point out others' shortcomings. But each and every day, we have the opportunity to be a Barnabas for someone else, to pour encouragement and love into the life of another person. The name Barnabas is only mentioned 10 times in the New Testament. And none of those times are actually direct quotes from Barnabas himself. Like Barnabas, we might not always get the spotlight when we encourage others, but we can make a difference in someone else's life, who then turns around and makes a difference in someone else's life, and then another person's life, and then another person's life. There are a lot of challenges in our world and in our country right now. Make a difference by being a Barnabas for someone else. And then stand back and watch what happens. Those are your Wednesday's words for today. I pray God's blessings upon you. Bye, everybody.